Hi everybody, I'm just going to type today's topic. So what is it? Happy Independence Women's Day everybody. Happy International Women's Day. I said independence. Yay! Happy International Women's Day. Big up to all the women them. Big love from me, my family, and the Egyptity band, and also the MOP. Yeah. So today's topic, feminism versus femininity, which is basically what the capturing feminine energy. So what am I talking about? What are we talking about? Every oppressed group, and there are many people that say, why is there International Women's Day and there's no International Men's Day? This is simple, because men have been oppressing women, and it is the oppressed that need to be heard, not the oppressor. So definitely we understand why there has to be an International Women's Day. Just the way, we must call for solidarity for all black people. It is important that women are given the opportunities to have their space. If you look at all indigenous cultures of the world, all first world cultures, when I say first world here, I mean the original peoples, the first civilizations, the old peoples of the world, the indigenous people. I'm turning first world on its head right now. I'm using first as first civilizations. You find out that many of the indigenous peoples of the world create exclusively female spaces in society. Where women can gather and express and say what they believe, and also share their ideas, policies, programs with society at large. So now, when I talk of feminism, feminism is basically an integrationist ideology. You understand what I'm saying? So many people talk about how they want, how would I put it? Many women talk about how they want equality with men. But as I've always said, equality with your oppressor makes you your oppressor. So I don't believe that. Basically, so for me, that is the first thing that I don't really believe in. That women need to become equal with men in the world, because equality with men means women behaving like men, meaning women generally wanting to have access to the powers that masculinity offers. But I believe more in balance, that instead of men being equal to women being equal to men, that feminine energy is given the same respect in society as masculine energy. Now this is a whole different concept entirely, that humanity now begins to respect feminine energy the way we respect masculine energy. Now, this is a whole different concept of trying to be equal, of saying, oh, women want to be equal with men, right? Because we want to be equal in opportunity, access, you know. And basically, the world today is capitalist, right? And capitalism is basically a masculine conception. Capitalism itself is masculine in its conception. So you can tell how capitalism is masculine by the way it takes, by the way it rapes, right? So what we need in the world is not more women embracing capitalism, is women creating something else to counter capitalism, to defeat capitalism. You understand? So we must now begin to cherish those things that are completely feminine, the way we cherish the things that are completely masculine. This is the problem with the world, that the world does not want to respect feminine energy. So instead of us to now start saying, oh, we want to elevate feminine energy, we want to elevate sharing, things that are feminine, things that women are more powerful at, things that women are more advanced at. We want to embrace nurturing, we want to embrace caring, we want to embrace sharing, we want to embrace love, we want to embrace all these things that make people, quote and unquote, weak. If we say we want to embrace those things as much as we embrace the masculine things of physical strength, brute force, expansionism, manufacture, you know, all these things that are basically ruling the world today, you understand, going to war, fighting for for resources, narcissism, you understand, projecting yourself on other people by force, you know, that your might is right, you understand, and all those kind of things that we embrace in the world as positive values. Greed, possessiveness, all these things we embrace as positive values, you understand, must be countered by something else, must now be countered by feminine energy. I'm looking for a world where humanity is able to embrace what is feminine energy. So now, feminism says women should be given more opportunities to integrate into the system. So that's why you find out that feminists, they always celebrate all the female firsts. You understand? So when a woman, for example, in the world today, we have women that run arms manufacturing companies. So we now live in a world where women are making weapons that are going to kill other women and children, and women celebrate that as progress. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of us to have an energy, something that is countering, to say no, there should be less death. We are no longer we should not be involved in the killing of women and children. So Hillary Clinton, as Secretary of State, can oversee the killing of 1 million people in Libya, women and children included, and people celebrate her, and she's still seen as a feminist. Because she has agreed to negate the feminine energy. I go as far as to say, we as motherland people, we as motherland people, we must not begin to see things from a different perspective. We must see things from our own perspective and realize that really, we cannot truly embrace any kind of divisive ideology. Right? Many African men are toxic today because they have not embraced their people, they have not embraced their ancestry, they have not embraced their own reality. They live in other people's realities. So many African women today living in our continent, I don't even want to talk about African women that live in Europe and America. All African women today believe that, African culture is oppressive to them. African culture holds women back. African culture does not, respect women. Right? So I always say to them, a woman's place is in the kitchen. This is a European proverb. A woman's place is in the kitchen. This is a European proverb. And I, as an African, I have not heard the equivalent of this proverb in any African language. So, the patriarchy that exists in the world today, if we study African society today, many of the people practicing this patriarchal system, or rather African patriarchal system that we are under today, are all Christians and Muslims. But suddenly, when it comes to oppressing their women, they are suddenly traditionalists. That is the moment that they remember that they are traditionalists, that they are African men. African men do this. But what do you really know about the African male and female relationships? You understand? Real quick, somebody said in my page here that African mutual female genitalia mutilation that happens in mostly African Muslim societies. But nobody tells us that it was when Muslims were taking Africans as slaves. You understand? Muslims took Africans as slaves and said that African women, when they got to the Arabic land, the African women were too sexual. That it was their sensuality that was tempting the Muslim men to rape them. So the Muslim lords, those rich slave owners, were the ones that started cutting their slaves. You understand? So when they now started coming back to Africa as imperialists, they were putting black people, African people, as they do now, in positions, to look like us while carrying out their. So those ones too were cutting black women to say that, oh, black women were too promiscuous. So there's a history to all of that. But my point is even about the economic and political domination of women in society. You see, the social relationship of men and women, I don't believe that any culture has it right. Whether it's polygamy, whether it's monogamy, whether it's polyandry, whether it's free for all. I personally don't believe when it comes to the social relationships of marriage, relationship, all of that, how we sleep with each other, I don't believe anybody has it right. You understand? But when we're talking about political and social relationship, political and economic relationship in our societies, I want African people to really understand that Africans already had gods and goddesses. And if women had already risen up to the position of worship, right, then it is difficult to say that women were not respected in African society. So, what does it mean for us as motherland people now to begin to respect that which is the feminine energy? Because if African women are saying African men don't give them rights and equality, I always say to any woman around me, I say, listen, if me as a black man in this world today, as a black man, if I give you all my rights and privileges, are you okay? Are you free? If all black women in the world today are suddenly given all the privileges of all black men in the world today, does it mean that they are free? Because black men are still being shot like dogs on the road. Black men still earn less than white men. So the system of patriarchy that exists in the world today, you know, those systems are held up by certain foundations in our own values. Values that both African men and African women succumb to. And one of those things is capitalism. Capitalism espouses greed, individualism. Individualism means that basically you are saying that your needs are above the needs of everybody else. That is the masculine energy. That is masculine energy. Yet, women want men that are more capitalist, because you have to be successful. The more successful men get the best women. You understand? And why does that even happen? We all believe in this fucked up capitalist interpretation of love called romance. You understand? So men are judged to a high standard for relationship by how romantic they can be, or how romantic they are when they are chasing their girl. You know? So because we don't understand that romance is nothing but the capitalist interpretation of love, we do not see that there's no way anybody can be more romantic than the richest man in the world. There's no way me, I want to do romance with any girl now, that I will compete romance with Bill Gates. In fact, Bill Gates doesn't have to romance my girlfriend for my girlfriend to fall for him. If Bill Gates romances me alone, my girlfriend will fall for him. You understand what I'm saying? We all believe in this capitalist notion of love. You know, people will be talking online like, oh, listen, your boyfriend doesn't have any ambition because he doesn't want to be the CEO of a bank. Yes, maybe that guy doesn't want to be the CEO of a bank because he knows that bank is laundering the money that is causing the poverty in his country, and he doesn't really engage with that. So what happens in his spirit? What happens if the guy is a good guy, like he's really a good guy? Is that enough today for people to respect themselves? Is it enough for people to respect a girl that she's a good girl? This girl is good, she's a good human being. No. We all judge ourselves by capitalist values. That's all we do. And capitalism is masculine energy, because capitalism rapes. And capitalism takes. And these are masculine things to do. You understand what I'm saying? So, we as motherland people, we need to, see things from our own perspective. There is no struggle that we have with another. Our women are not. We cannot accept division in our ranks, because we are free together. There's nothing black people can ever earn individually. We have to earn it together. Yes, there's a lot of toxicity in our communities. There's a lot of toxicity in our relationships. But it's not enough to abandon one another. It's not enough to give up. Because people I don't care, we're tired of saving black men. Oh, we're tired of saving black women, black bitches, black this, black this. And me, I don't even understand why our women even really see. There are so many things that I see. I talk to my friends, when I watch TV, the way our women are portrayed on TV, every black woman have to be loud, they say that's keeping it real. When our women are okay, fine, that's keeping it real, but intelligence too has to be keeping it real. Being graceful too has to be keeping it real. Being reserved too has to be keeping it real. It's not only one behavior that must be keeping it real now. Because the more women rise, in these institutions. All right, and if we see that as progress, if women see their rise within capitalist institutions, racist institutions as progress, then humanity is lost. Because what humanity needs now is women to actually take over in their true form. So if women take over in their true form, it doesn't mean it is physical women. No, it means that it is this energy. Because what the world is missing is feminine energy. Everything is masculine. Now women are saying everybody should be behaving like men. All of them want to behave like men. As if so everybody wants to join hands to destroy the world. Men are destroying, we are destroying. Capitalism is destroying the world. Can you see our environment? And women want to become more billionaires. We want women to become billionaires too, so that they can exploit our labor and destroy our environment. Is that what we want to do? Africans have always lived in the feminine energy. That's why they called us savages, because we respect the environment. We are one with nature, because nature is mother. Nature is mother. Go to my family is traditionally African, very traditionally African. Come to my family, see who makes the decisions in my family. It's the women. Many of you don't even know my grandfather's name. It's my grandmother's name, you know. Right? So me, I can't be happy if African women are aspiring to become generals in the army. Armies that oppress people, armies that kill people for oil, armies that go around the world oppressing indigenous people, killing the natives, stealing land. Okonjo-Iweala, isn't she a woman? I want Nigerians to go and remember what she did in this country. Under Obasanjo, this woman privatized over 300 public firms, promising us that privatizing it will bring investors that will bring it up. Them down, will tell them buy everything. What did they do with it? They monetized it, sold it. Over 4 million people lost their jobs. Over 4 million people lost their jobs that time. We cannot run the race of this masculine, this knucklehead masculine people. Is that the race we want to run? We must be looking for a new way. Not a new way for us to be integrated more into their system. What music do women dance to the most? What music do men dance to the most in society? The music that, this, I don't understand. It's like oppressed people embrace their oppressors more than anybody. Yeah. I listen to some music, the way people talk about black women in their music, the way people portray black women in their films. You know, serious films, not even, let's forget comedy film, but serious movies, and people will be praising that. I don't understand this. So it is these men that talk about how they want to smack black bitches. You know, that everybody says they are the best men to have in town. Men that say that all our women are follow men with money. That if our women don't, once you have money, you can collect any black woman you want in the world. That turn our women into nothing but nyash and breast. Yet they are the ones everybody run around for, and not both the feminists. They are the eligible bachelors in town. Abi? If we even go and look at what religion says about women. Look at what religion says about women. Look at what religion says about women. Yet women embrace this ideology. And you expect these knucklehead masculine patriarchal bastards to change? I'll give you an example. So last 2 weeks, I went to the spa with my madam. So when I was doing my pedicure, I decided to paint my nails, you know. All of my notice, I paint my nails for like 2 weeks. I did it black, red, and green. You know, those Pan-Africanist colors. You know, everybody said that. I said, what do you mean? You paint your nails. Is it fair? Even my mentor was saying that painting my nails, you know, I don't want people to take you serious. All these people are hip hop fans that follow Snoop Dogg and the likes. Nobody has asked Snoop Dogg before, why is Jerry coiling his hair? But you are sure Snoop Dogg is not gay because he wants to slap bitches, beat bitches. Bitches ain't shit but tricks and hoes. All over our society, our community as black people, there's this vitriol against our women, against feminine energy. Not even the women. See, it's one thing against our women, then also the energy that is feminine. All that is feminine. You understand? All that is feminine. If you're a guy, you don't like to make noise, you just like to chill, you know, you're acting like a girl. And trust me, listen, I'm not the one to criticize anybody for cracking lewd jokes. I am the king of lewd jokes. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, our society is completely inundated by negative images against feminine energy, against femininity. But the more society the more women are taking positions of power, the more women are controlling things in society, the more women, that feminine energy will begin to at least balance out the madness of the masculine energy in society. But no, I find that many women get into positions of power and they continue to propagate the system that is, you know, entrenches patriarchy in the world. Today I promised a friend of mine that she's going to join me on this live today. I don't know if she's sent me a request. She's here. I've seen her. I'm going to talk to a girl today, so maybe like, Emma, if you are still here, let me know you are still online. So like 6 minutes, I will invite you to chat with me, and let me answer some of your questions. You know, so it's like whatever this and you know, this whole, how would I put it, this whole Meghan, queen, wife, whatever, proves this kind of thing, man. You know, proves this kind of thing I'm saying. You know, where you go into the royal family, the family that is the epitome of patriarchy, even if it's headed by a queen, by a woman, she's there to promote patriarchy. It's like black people that are white supremacists, people like Barack Obama. So what we need in the world today is not for women to fight for equality with men, but for women to fight, seriously for the elevation of the feminine. For the elevation of the feminine. So it's even bad to the extent that, you know, sometimes people wonder, like, why is it that African women don't have a say in many of the things that happen in Africa? I don't know how to, I'm thinking of how to put it, because there's the narrative, you know. Oh, African people don't like African women, African men don't allow African women to express themselves, and all of that. You know, we forget that, first of all African countries are not grounded in African traditions or roots. All African countries are European creations. You understand? This is not the Africa that our ancestors grew up in. The values that we share in Africa today are completely Christian and Muslim values. I guarantee you, even many of the traditionalists, because you see me, I'm a traditionalist. It takes me a long time to go and see Babalawo, because Babalawos are scarce. Because majority of the Babalawos around are not even Babalawos anymore. Many of them are Muslims. You understand? Even our traditional practitioners, many of them are Muslims. So many of them, they've imbibed this Abrahamic value system. You know, so that's why it's difficult for us as African people to really understand our relationship with our women in its natural form. You understand? So you find people that don't do anything African in their life. As soon as they slap their wife, they now say that they are African. It's my right. You know. So that thing really annoys me, where people suddenly do evil things and suddenly declare themselves Africans for doing it. You know, it's really crazy. So I'm inviting my friend. I'm inviting to join.
Hi.
So that, you know, normally I
Seun, I can't hear you at all. I think,
would invite you. Do you want to reset your?
yeah, reinvite reinvite me. I can't hear you at all.
Emma. I'll have to reinvite Emma, I guess.
Yes, reinvite me.
Okay, so how do I cancel this one? Oh yeah, Emma, exit and come back, and I will invite you. So before I invite Emma, can you guys hear me now though? Oh no, audio don't go. Oh. What's up with this? What's up with this? What's up with this? Can you guys hear me now? Okay, perfect. Before I invite Emma back, real quick, you know, in the Abrahamic religions, it talks about the creation of life, right? It talks about the creation of life and everything. It talks about how God created the world in 7 days, in 6 days, and rested on the seventh day. So in this story of how humanity and all of us were created, women were not part of the story. God did not create women. This their God created everything in this world except women. Then, after he now saw that Adam was bored and needed company, he now went to take the rib of Adam to create Eve for him. You see, that is the beginning of patriarchy. When you mix this kind of story with the attitude of capitalism, how do you want the world to change? How do you? And then women subscribe to these two ideologies more than any other ideology in the world, while blaming black men that didn't come up with any of these two things for all the problems. Without understanding, we are all victims in this system that has created mass mental side in black communities. Mass mental side that we have to go through a lot to heal each other, not separate from each other because of these issues. Anyway, Emma is here now, so let me stop ranting, or rather analyzing this issue. Oh yeah, Emma, give us what has been missing in this show, the feminine energy.
No, yes. Well, obviously, I'm here with the feminine energy, but you always do so great. I love having conversations with you when you talk about how capitalism really is actually disguising itself as feminism and the feminist movement, especially in Nigeria. Yeah, so the feminine energy that is undermined a lot, even by women, is intuition, which is what I want to talk about.
Yes.
I think I've told you before how trusting your intuition as a woman is assumed that it is natural.
You have shown me your powers before. Ladies and gentlemen.
Excuse me, Seun, stop that. Don't be
Emma use intuition.
What's wrong?
Emma use intuition magic. Don't worry. Don't let me leak your secret here. Just continue.
Why are you like this? This is a public sphere. Please stop this. Saying, why are you like this now? Please, this is a serious conversation. Happy International Women's Day. Please ask me questions now. Ask me the questions.
No, continue. No, I'm enjoying the topic you're talking about.
Intuition. Okay. So really about intuition, right? Which is the most which I think is the most powerful feminine energy and strength. But even we women, or well, let me speak for myself, sometimes I doubt my intuition, because I've grown up in a culture and in a society that your intuition is sometimes called paranoid, or that you're being crazy. And so, you know, for me personally, I may have a gut instinct about something. My intuition tells me something, and then just because I don't want to be crazy, I don't act on it, and then I face the consequences of this matter. And I think it's really important. And then the second thing that I'm noticing is that is lacking in all the movements, International Women's Day, and I
you see,
don't
wait,
identify.
in
Yes.
Yoruba culture, intuition is very valued. It's called ifunra.
Ifura. What does that mean?
Ifunra logun agba means intuition. Intuition is the power of the elders.
Ah.
So you understand?
So you're saying that intuition, or the strength of our intuition and our belief in it, becomes stronger the older we get, because of course with experience you trust your
Yes,
gut more.
exactly. You know, but women are born with it innately. So it is a
Yes.
value that the capitalist patriarchal society must, as much as possible, negate.
So where does empathy come in? So
So
today I was
empathy is,
talking to yes.
oh, empathy
I
is
was
different from
talking to
intuition, because empathy is feeling somebody else's emotion.
Yes, I agree, but then empathy is a different
They've stolen your audio, Emma. I want go
something else
boom.
that they may not necessarily be saying.
I didn't get you. You are like they took your voice for like half the sentence.
No, I was saying that empathy and intuition, I think, are two traits that should go hand in hand,
Yes,
because
of course.
intuition will make you sense something that
Oh
someone may
no.
not be saying out, and your empathy would make you want to help them.
Well, me, I feel like both empathy and intuition, you know, if you look at it, especially empathy, which is being able to act for someone else, act because of how someone else feels. Oh, this person feels bad if I do this. Let me have some empathy towards this person and not do this, or do this so that this person can feel happy. You understand? You find that this attribute, this quality in humanity is also being put down in mainstream society. If you
Okay,
as a
so now,
black man, if you as a black man love your woman too much, you are a simp.
you're a bitch, you're a pussy.
Exactly. And if you as a black woman feel for your black man too much, you are a fool, stupid, you are mugu or whatever they
So
call
then,
it.
so then, where does empathy come in for Meghan Markle? Because I'm seeing a lot of comments. Some people are saying, "Oh, she's exaggerating."
Me, I'm not saying
There
she's
have been some.
exaggerating. No. My
I don't
own is
agree.
that
I don't think
where
she's
was our
exaggerating.
empathy for the millions of indigenous people that
So
family
come on,
that
but
family is directly
can everyone be a
responsible for?
savior? No, but can
No, no.
everyone be a savior? Like,
I'm
how
not
if
saying she should be
Megan?
exactly. That's my point. I'm not saying she should be a savior. So she should not ask us to save her too. Must we be her savior too?
No,
You see,
she's not asking us to be her savior, is she? She's
yeah,
just
she
telling her
is. That's why
story.
she's on the news. She is. That's why she's broadcasting on TV.
What does she
If
want
she
us to
didn't
do for
want,
her?
that she wants us to know that she's in danger. And they tried, she was asking for help,
Which
nobody answered. She wants
do
us
you
to know
think?
that the royal family
Do
is
you?
racist. Listen, I could have told her without marrying that even her husband is racist too. That this her
Thank
husband is
you.
racist. Listen, so
I believe so too.
of course he's racist. Oh God. Oh my God. How can the British
Do you think? Well, how do we reconcile the fact that he joined the military? That's a You Seun, do you think that International Women's Day is important or relevant?
Independence Day in Africa. Just the way we do Democracy Day in Nigeria. Why do we do Democracy Day in Nigeria? Are we not democracy every day? Why do we do Democracy Day 29th? Because we are under military dictatorship. So our Democracy Day is a way to affirm our freedom. My problem is not that we are doing International Women's Day. My problem is what International Women's Day represents.
I don't know why they're saying they can't hear you, because me, I can hear you. This is your neighborhood internet. Oh, wow. Saying anymore, like your voice
that are polluting our environment, women that are advancing in government, in institutions that are destroying African people, you know. So this is my issue with call it, International Women's Day. It's not that, yes, it should be International Women's Day, it is necessary, you know. It is good that women have their space, women have their day. So women can have anything that they want. Left to me. As you know, I'm the chairman of the Cheerful Givers Association.
you're so naughty.
Because African women are worth it.
Look at you, you risk it all. So tell me about this idea about women making spaces for themselves. Why do you think that's going to bring more feminine energy into society? Don't you think that is another form of segregation?
Men must allow women their own spaces, because women are the only human beings that experience the entirety of being human, because only they give birth. Giving birth is part of life. Men cannot give birth. We don't know that experience, right? We can share in it, but we don't know it, you know. So for that reason, women must be given their own special space as they deem it fit, you know. But not in the terms.
But then how does
not in terms of saying this space is exclusive to women against men. This space is the space will be understood as sacred. No, it's true. I'm telling you, the space must be understood as sacred space.
Okay,
but we live in a world that is desacralized. That nobody wants to believe that anything is sacred anymore.
So, exactly, that's the point.
So we don't even understand that women can have safe economic spaces that are sacred, safe social spaces that are sacred, safe political spaces that are sacred, not because they are women, but because we as a society, we as a people understand what it means. We are able to we are able to be empathetic. But because to be empathetic is a negated value in the world, it's a feminine feature. So it must become well, I beg.
So, but Shemo, in my experience with Tribe XX Lab, you know, which is a space for women, when men come in the space, they feel uncomfortable, or they feel they're angry, or they feel on edge. And I've always wondered why. I've asked some guys, like, what is
when I come to your space, I only feel uncomfortable when you try to rob me. When you try to gang up on me. Listen, you people, if they invite you to Tribe XXX space and you're a man,
hey, it's not
be
XX,
careful, oh.
Tribe XX. It's
Tribe XX X. They try to rob me. These women try to rob me, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, it was.
Seun.
I had to fight for my life.
Thank God, somebody that will always tell the truth was there. Chef.
My wife supported them.
She was a witness. How can your wife
My wife was just looking at me like this. Women are wicked. Women are wicked. My wife doesn't look me like this. If they won't kill me, may they kill me. Hey.
This is International Women's Day. You cannot be lying on women like this.
I had to fight for my life, ladies and gentlemen. I fought for my life.
But you loved in the work that Tribex was doing. You participated in a panel about rape culture. And
yes.
Your perspective, people found this quite agitating, because they're saying that, again, you tie it down to capitalism, which is why they laughing with. Honestly,
no, but it's true. I find that, many of the people that commit these atrocities, right, are people that are boasted about it publicly, but in maybe an economic sense. You understand? So you see a man that is willing to rape his people, rape his people's resources, rape his people's commonwealth. But now, Women's Magazine will now see put this kind of man as #1 eligible bachelor. No, it's true. Making other women feel like, oh, this man is safe to be with. So women go near this man, guard down everything, expecting that these are men that will respect themselves. But a man that can rape his people, what is one girl? What is one girl?
So
I'm telling people that the day Nigerian women really begin to open their mouth in this country, the day Nigerian women really forget all this one, they're not opening their, nobody is saying anything in this country, because everybody
they're not.
Everybody's collecting motive. They are collecting house.
I not one day, I don't have, please.
One day, stories will begin to fly out left, right, and center. We will know how terrible. I still tell people this. I said, Obasanjo's son took his father to court for fucking his wife, his own wife.
That's mad. Imagine.
So this was the president of our country, was fucking the wife of his own son. Do you understand the kind of degeneracy that must have been existing in that circle for that to even? No. So we don't really understand. For me, I feel like, we don't really know what rape culture. When we talk rape culture, we don't really embrace the entirety of rape culture. We want to individualize rape. We want to make rape something that happens to someone. Yes, rape happens to someone. You understand? But for that rape to be able to happen to that one person in society, you understand? That spirit, that the spirit of taking by force must exist in that society, must be a valued spirit in that society. A society that doesn't value the spirit of greed, the spirit of taking by force, would have less instances of people thinking that they can take a woman's body by force. Until we understand that, until we truly understand that concept, you see, because we think we can have our cake and eat it too. That's what is happening in our society. You understand? And it's all these rich men.
Very correct. That's so true.
I'm telling you, it's all these rich men I pity the most, because their children, you understand, are going to marry their friends' children, who they are also thinking are the best people, but who are nothing but examples of themselves, and are going to deal with their children inside the house.
How can you pity
beat the shit out of them, rape them? What?
Why?
We already seen in society. How many of them marriage can last 2 years? How many of them can stay married for 2-3 years? The children of these are our oppressors. How many of them? Because as their children are watching them behave, when they marry their French children, because they are all marrying themselves, thinking they are protecting themselves, but they are locking you in the house with a psycho. Who believes that it is okay to take whatever he wants. I mean, we praise this kind of behavior. We find women, we say, I like my husband. He's a go-getter. Anything he wants, he gets it. You know, this is a positive value in our society. We say, hey, this man is a go-getter. Anything he wants, he gets it. He puts his mind to it, he gets it. You know? So that's what it is, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So me, I tend to want to see around me when I see people that even show the slightest, I'm a musician. So I have a large social circle, you know. Emma, you know, me, I'm a musician. I have a large social circle. Maybe Emma should go and come back. Oh, okay, Emma has left. I'll invite you back again. So I can't really control my social circle. It's difficult. But my really closest circle, the people that I'm closest with, I don't allow any kind of really toxic behavior that has to do with, you know, entitlement to things that are outside of your own control, or what's the word? Influence. You are in control of what you own, your own. Don't go and show Alagbara in the nest. You don't do it. I swear down. You know. Shani wants me to talk about Meghan and Harry. Well, I don't really want to talk. I really wanted to yab before, you know. I wanted to yab before, but you know, she's going through her hell lately on her own. Let her go, but I don't even want all those racist stories. So Emma, let's come and continue our gist, Gary. It suits me. So I've invited Emma back. It's your turn, Emma. Me, I don't tire to give gist. So it's your turn. Where is Emma?
I'm
this your internet.
here.
This your internet is not original.
It's not my internet, so excuse me.
It's not original.
It's not my internet. It has to be your own internet.
Oh yeah.
Why do they want you to talk about Megan? Have you not finished yabbing her?
No, I don't want to yabba. I don't want to yabba too much. I don't want to yabba. I don't already yabba today from my page. You go and marry a racist family. You know, you spit in the face of all the millions of. I can remember 3 years.
No, that's victim blaming. Victim blaming is a lie. I'm not listening to you. That's victim blaming. It's victim blaming.
That you go and marry British royal family.
So what?
How is it?
It's victim blaming. That they fell in love. What do you mean?
They fell in love. Because you know there are over 3 billion men in this world. You go and fall in love with Harry of the Windsor family. Of all the people. This girl,
she wants some tea.
This girl is an actress in Hollywood with access to all the most handsome black men in the world. All the most beautiful, handsomest, richest black men, young, are in America, right next to her. No, she wants to be a princess. So, I want to be a princess.
Say, well, stop this. This is not nice. What's wrong with you? Hold on. Why are you like this? So Mega doesn't. Please, who is this Shani? Leave me alone. This is Emma. Don't they vex me? Who is this Shani?
Shani is single. Shani is trying to get your attention. Shani has gotten your attention now.
Shani is trying to beef me on the.
No, Shani is trying to get your attention because Shani is single. Shani is my guy. I know Shani's move.
You don't say this move. Me, I cannot trust your own recommendation. So, yeah.
You can't trust my recommendation. Why?
This was very nice. Yeah, is it not you?
Oh yeah, tell us more about what Tribe XXX is doing
Somebody.
now. Give us gist. Give us gist.
Okay, all right. So, Tribe XX Lab is the first shared community space for women and women-led enterprises and ventures. And then we do a lot of community building projects and capacity building projects. Capacity building projects encourage up against gender-based violence. And the core of my work anyway is increase the base of all people to understand the spectrum of gender-based violence and the spectrum of oppression that women face is intersectional. Today I actually said that I'm not for all women. So even though I work with women, I'm not for all women because there are some patriarchy princesses and I don't have time for that. I'm interested in working with men and women who are interested in removing themselves
You mean
from
like
being
Megan?
part of the problem.
Megan is a patriarchy princess.
Excuse me. How? Okay, tell me how Megan is a patriarchy princess. I would like you to.
Her husband's family is the royal family of patriarchy.
So okay, so she married her because she is special.
Literally, she's a patriarchy princess. Listen,
So now I saw.
Are you telling that if they reinstate, if they give Megan, if they give her son the title of prince, give him back all his security, and give her all her privileges as a princess of the Windsor family, are you saying she's not going to abandon all of us and go back to the palace?
Her bones now, come on. How can you say that?
What? The way she will go back the next day, eh? I tell you, my family and I have resolved our issues. So. We would like our privacy at this moment to be able to heal from all this. Thank you.
So I really hope this prophecy doesn't come forth. I hope this prophecy doesn't come to pass because that would be very bad after all this. Like this.
No, you know why I'm laughing?
Hi, Yeti.
I'm laughing because of the Yas Queen from 3 years ago. I can never forget all over the Yas Queen. I was like, oh, if only you know. If only you know.
So, why are you like this?
Yeah, so
so what do you think? Do you think that Megan didn't actually really feel oppressed? I mean, we know the oppression happened, and we know the racism and the racist happened.
Listen.
Yes, but what do you expect her to? What do you think? Like people expected her to just like flow with it, or
no.
Surprised that she didn't see it coming. What is it?
As John Henry Clark said, if you go over there, if you go over there, stay over there.
Why are you like this?
No, wait, because
you can't change it.
Because listen, while she was in the palace, it wasn't as if she was walking to reverse decades of colonial centuries of colonial abuse, centuries of slavery. She had not even helped us return one single of our stolen things in British Museum.
One artifact.
One single artifact.
Especially the Benin one.
In 2 years, one artifact she has not returned. But as soon as they take away her security, they are asking for the color of the skin. Why did she tell us that? Why did she tell us that? Why didn't she tell us 3 years ago?
That's not the chronology of the
story.
Believe? Though. That's not the chronology of the story.
What's the chronology?
That's not the chronology.
Give us the chronology.
That's not
now.
what happened. No, you are the historian. No, you give us the chronology.
You know the chronology. I said if she had done any of these things, like imagine if when they were asking the skin tone of the child, she came and told us the black people, just because I have some of your blood in me, these people are asking what the tone of blood is going to be. Hey, I will. It will say she served them to us hot. If she has served it to us hot, I will know ahead. This girl wants us to help her put mouth in this matter. Not after she even in the interview, she's still trying to protect the goddamn monarchy. This ancient, racist, patriarchal, violent,
Do you think she might
expansionist,
be? Do you think she might be
institution.
scared? Do you wait? But do you think she might be afraid because, of course, there is her mother-in-law Diana, who they believe was killed by the royal family.
Do you have
Do
evidence
you
of
think
that?
Meghan might be scared for her life, or do you think it's all a ruse? Did I say I said you? I said, do you think she might? Do you personally think she might be scared for her life?
But she knew about Diana before she went there. What went there?
No, but
No, I don't want us to be dragging this Emma,
okay,
Meghan.
no. But
Emma, the reason why people are doing all this is because African women still want to be princess. You all still want to hold on to all your Beauty and the Beast story,
not
Sleeping
me.
Beauty,
I don't want God forbid.
Little
Who
Mermaid.
wants beasts? Nobody's interested.
All of you still wants to be princess.
So
Meghan has shown you people now.
Don't say.
They don't allow black girls. Listen,
what is wrong
for me,
with you?
Listen, we African people must stop trying to get prestige or validation from this. They are racist. See, all their institutions are based, the foundation of every Western institution is based on the exclusion of African people or the commodification of African people. That was the beginning of majority of their institutions. Is it their police force? Their police force was created to what's the word I'm looking for? To catch black people. Is it their banks? Their banks is created to exclude black people from wealth. Is it their institutions of knowledge? Their universities are created to exclude black people from knowledge. See, when we understand what European institutions are, their history, then we'll understand why we cannot see any kind of progress within these institutions as progress for African people. You understand what I'm saying? Someone was saying empathy. It's because Megan did not give empathy to the millions of African people that this family has murdered. This is not some random white family. This is not some white family in the suburbs. This is not some rich billionaire family. No, this is the British royal family. This is a family that is directly responsible for the death of millions of African people. She too did not show any empathy to us when she went to marry into that family. You understand what I'm saying? So please, we don't have to give her. You don't give me empathy, I don't give you empathy. If you look at all my page, I did not say pim about our wedding. I did not say whether it's good, I don't say whether it's bad. I just pim. I mind my business, JJ. It doesn't concern me. It doesn't concern me. Pim, pim. But now she's making it about race. She's the one that has come to make her marriage about race. A skin tone of my child. Oh, really? You didn't know that these people were racist? I say her husband is a racist. This is the argument I want to have. If anybody here knows anybody from that knows Harry, I want that person to come on my Instagram. Let's talk. Harry, when it's the Prince of England, is a racist. Nobody. I will even give you one example. There was one time when I was still in university. When I was still in university in Liverpool, he wore a swastika sign to a party. He wore a swastika Nazi a Nazi uniform to a party. Where is Emma herself? You know, after she left to this party, they now called him out. Oh, why are you wearing swastika to a party? Harry now apologized for wearing the swastika to the party. Now, let me give you the real issue here. Many people are saying, oh, he wore a swastika. You know, many people are losing their minds over that. But let me give you the real gist. The theme of that party, the title of the party, the theme of the party he wore the swastika to, the theme of the party was called Colonizers and Natives. Was called what? Colonizers and Natives. That was the party they were attending. That's the kind of party these people throw. Reliving their good old days. The title of the party. Forget that it was swastika. That one for me is even aside of the point. Forget that Harry wore swastika to a party. The fact that the party's theme was colonizers and natives. So my own question was, whose people were the natives there? Which people went to play natives? Because I thought there must be some black people in that they are mixed, that they are surrounded, who agreed to dress to that party as the natives. Oh my God. These people have party, colonizers and natives. He was not going to the party. Anyway, so forget this thing, man. These people, racism is in their soul. That's why I waited till 11 to start this live. I went to watch the interview first. You know, I listened to the interview, man. I could guess everything he was going to come there and say. You know, I bet these are elitism. This will not concern us at all. This is elite issue. Don't say he sacrificed everything for his wife. He sacrificed from one mansion to another mansion. He was even saying that his money his mother left him. It's my mother's money. She left me. Oh. Oh, I beg. I beg. I don't even have. My own is this: that in this International Women's Day, we that we believe that this world must change, must now begin to encourage our women not to seek equality with masculinity and male energy that is destroying our world today, but to create that alternative to continue to counter this fake ass, evil ass, masculine patriarchal spirit that is destroying not just humanity but our environment. We don't need women to elevate within this toxic homicidal system that is destroying us. We don't need women to become heads of corporations that are exploiting labor. We need women to create the alternate energy that will balance out or even negate this masculine energy completely that is destroying the world. The greed, the winner takes all, the might is right, the take what you can, the strongest, the fastest, you know, all this competitive, individualistic, masculine energy that rules the world today must be countered by feminine energy. Not that women will now go and become or try to be equal to this. No, women must now be fighting for feminine energy to be given the same respect in society. Sharing, caring, nurturing, love, balance, respect, intuition, camaraderie, the spirit of communal spirit, all those things that capitalism wants you to negate. All those things that they say that if we do it, we are weak. We must begin to fight for those spirits, those energies to be given the same value in society. Those energies must come up to counter this destructive energy that is destroying the world today. I will repeat, I don't believe that women should be equal to men. Not because women cannot be equal to men. It is the easiest thing that women can do. You understand? It is the easiest thing that women can do is to be equal to men. But the true mission for all women in the world today is not to be equal to men, is to create the alternative energy to the masculine energy. We cannot negate the feminine energy because it is what we are lacking in the world. Balance, ladies and gentlemen, is what we need, and that is what we must strive for. So instead of feminism, I've said this before, African women must begin to embrace Africana womanism, because we need healing. We need each other. African women need African men, and African men need African women to heal African men, and vice versa. Trust me, I realize that both African men and African women, the more they are exposed to this system, the more we are trying to maneuver our way within this system, the more toxic we become. The more we elevate within this system, the more toxic we become. I mean, I'm telling you, majority of the people that are able to elevate as motherland people within this system globally become more toxic as they become more successful, because the system itself demands, toxicity as a form of, as a sacrifice for success. Damage to your soul. You must be okay with exploitation. You must be okay with pollution. And things like that. And these things must go. And women must begin to frown upon all values, the real values in this world that make people think that they are second to anything. You understand? And that's why one of the reasons I truly frown on religion, especially the Abrahamic religion, because this their God that has no wife, no female prophet, no female angels was mentioned in the Bible, everything so masculine, he has a son, not a daughter. Blame every bad thing that ever happened in the world to a woman. Lot's wife look back, Eve eats the apple, everything bad, woman do it. You understand? Delilah kiss Psalms, everything, women everywhere. So we as motherland people must also remember that this God forgot to create women. In his 6 days of creation, he forgot. Women were not part of the plan. How can we accept that as motherland people? We, the children of Oshun, the children of Oya, the children of Yemoja. And to end today's story, I talked about romance before, that African romance, Western capitalist expression of love is what romance is. That's why nobody can be more romantic than the richest man in the world. If I'm richer than you, automatically I can be more romantic if I want to be. You cannot out-romance me. Once I hold money past you, I will out-romance you. I'll first take plane, fly past the girl house with her name. The plane will drop roses. Share whatever you want to, because you can't go one dinner for one place. As you can't enter the dinner place, go, me, I don't really get full band inside the place with violin, with fireworks. I can't share the gong. Money is talking. You want romance? Romance, okay. But the story of Shango and Oya is what should explain to African people the balance. You understand? The balance that we need on earth. Without Oya's power of rainfall, Oya had the power of the clouds, the wind, and the rain. Without Oya calling the rain, it was impossible for Shango's lightning to strike. You understand? So Oya was the source of his strength. Our women are the source of our power. And what is African love? African love exists through time. So that's why today, when it rains, the thunder strikes. The epitome of love is the symbolism of it. That Oya and Shango's love still lasts till today. It is not a love where we heard the story of where Shango gave Oya some flowers from the jungles of Africa. The expression of romantic love, even when they didn't have all these expensive things, was in the man's ability to show his masculinity. So because he loved his woman, you go and kill one beast. That's how Europeans interpret it, to show his strength. Because he loved the woman, you go and do one thing that only a man can do, to prove that he loved the woman. or he kill himself. You know, all those stories, Romeo and Juliet, exactly. You know, all those kind of things, you know. In Africa, we understood that we must live for love. We live for what we love in Africa. We don't die for what we love. You understand? In Africa, we live for what we love. It's not about dying for what we love. You know, it is kind of the opposite, right? So that is why Shango and Oya are still alive, because of their love. Their love transcends time. You know, like you go and die. You know what I'm saying? So when we see the story of Shango and Oya, this is what love is. You live for what you love. And what does it mean to live? Is it just to be alive? No, to live, to live well, to thrive, to be the best that you can be for those that you love. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that concludes my story today. So we as motherland people, we must begin to embrace different ideologies that help us to become more of who we are meant to be for one another. You know, Africana womanism, you know, you can Google this ideology, is kind of been espoused upon, and it's different from feminism, meaning that it is not saying, you know, abandon black men to their own, while we women win on our own. No, saying that it shows us the way that we can heal the divide between our genders, you know, in the race. How we can heal the toxic ones, how we can sanction the toxic individuals, how we should protect our women, and how we can also protect our women, and how to know also when our women need our protection and when they are okay to protect themselves. You understand? It is important that we understand this. Elevating the feminine energy in society is what is truly needed, not equality with men. You know, because men we are fucked up now. We are too long gone. See, listen, women, you don't understand. Men cannot save this world. See, this masculine energy cannot save this world. There's no way you want to integrate into all these institutions. They are too far gone. We need your energy in the world to be the foundations of the new institutions that will elevate and free us as motherland people and humanity at large from this catastrophe that is happening. You understand? We need to free ourselves from this catastrophe that is happening. And the foundation of those freedoms rest and lie within the feminine energy. And that's why all these corporations sponsor feminism so much, you know, and want this feminism so much. You understand? Because they understand that if feminists can convince women to negate the feminine energy and seek equality with men instead, then they have guaranteed themselves a future. But if women can see through that okie doke, you understand, and instead strive for the feminine energy to become of value in society so that institutions can be based on those values, then humanity stands no chance. Thank you very much.